In this video, we are building a custom ESP32 biometric reader using ESPHome and a $1 fingerprint scanner module featuring a built-in Web GUI. Now you can enroll, name, and manage up to 100 fingerprints directly from a browser and instantly trigger personalized Home Assistant automations the moment your finger touches the sensor. ESPHome is incredibly simple to install. Just head over to your Home Assistant dashboard, go to Settings, open the Apps Store, and search for ESPHome. Hit Install, start it up, and open the Web UI. Next, click Add New Device, give it a name like Fingerprint, and select your board type. I'm using an ESP32S3 development board for this. ESPHome will generate a default configuration file, but we are going to build this configuration step by step. We'll start by defining our basic device name as Fingerprint Reader. Right under that, we'll point ESPHome to the external GitHub repository for the fingerprint component, so it can pull the custom web manager code directly. For the ESP32 framework, instead of Arduino, it is recommended to use the esp-idf framework here. This lets us bump up the loop task stack size to 10,240 and adjust the watchdog timeouts to handle the network traffic. After that, we just drop in the usual logger, API, OTA, and of course, your local Wi-Fi details. Next up is the UART bus setup, assigning GPIO4 to TX and GPIO5 to RX at a baud rate of 57,600. Now we can configure the actual fingerprint component itself. We'll set the web port to 9001 and secure it with admin login credentials. This section also handles all of our Home Assistant entities, like the connection status, sensor check, the identify and sleep buttons, and the text sensor that outputs our matched fingerprint ID or remark of whoever just scanned in. To tie it all together, we'll map a GPIO binary sensor to GPIO6 to detect physical finger presses and automatically tell ESPHome to trigger the scan process. Once your code is pasted, click Validate to make sure there are no syntax errors. If it passes, we are ready to install. But here's a common roadblock. If your Home Assistant is running on a headless server tucked away in a closet, you can't just plug your ESP32 into it via USB. It won't detect it. Don't waste your time trying. Instead, click Install, select Advanced Options, and choose Download Firmware Binary. This will compile the entire esp-idf firmware on your server and download the clean .bin file straight to your local computer. While that's compiling in the background, let's get our hardware wired up. The fingerprint module has 6 pins, and the connections to your ESP32 are very straightforward. Connect VCC, pin 3, to 3.3 volts, and GND, pin 6, to ground. For serial communication, we connect the module's TX, pin 4, to GPIO5, and the RX, pin 5, to GPIO4. Make sure to cross your TX and RX lines here. Lastly, for the touch detection, wire touch out, pin 2, to GPIO6, and connect V-sensor, pin 1, to a constant 3.3 volt pin to keep the touch feedback active. Now grab your ESP32 board, plug it into your computer's USB port, and open up web.esphome.io in a Chrome or Edge browser. Click Connect, select your board's serial port from the pop-up, upload your downloaded binary, and click Install. In just a couple of minutes, your board is flashed and ready to boot. Once the board boots, grab its new local IP address from your router and head back into Home Assistant. Go to Settings, then Devices and Services. Click Add Integration, search for ESPHome, paste in your board's IP address, and your biometric reader is officially connected. Once added, you'll see a clean list of entities ready to go. You have 2 controllers, the Identify and Sleep buttons. For sensors, you have the Fingerprint ID sensor, which outputs the exact matching ID or remark of whoever just scanned in, and the Fingerprint Pressed sensor to detect physical touches. Since the fingerprint database is empty right now, we need to enroll a new one. Open a new tab in your browser, type in your board's IP address followed by the port we defined, 9001, and log in using admin for both the username and password. By default, the Web GUI is in Chinese, but you can easily translate it to English using your browser's right-click translation feature. Under the Fingerprint Management tab, you'll see a grid of 100 empty IDs. Just click on ID 0 and a pop-up will prompt you to press your finger 5 times. At the same time, the hardware sensor's LED will begin breathing blue. Press your finger 5 times, and once it is successfully captured, the LED will flash green to show that ID 0 is saved inside the secure NVS flash storage. Alright, let's see the payoff. First, let's test a timeout. If you click the Identify button in Home Assistant, the module starts breathing blue, waiting for a scan. If you don't touch it, it eventually times out and flashes red. Second, let's try our registered finger. The moment you place it on the sensor, the LED breathes blue, instantly flashes green on a successful match, and the fingerprint ID sensor in Home Assistant immediately displays the ID number. Finally, let's try an unregistered finger. Place it on the scanner, and the LED instantly flashes red, while the Home Assistant sensor displays a clear no match error. By the way, I've put together a document summarizing every video. Link in the description. Let me know in the comments what kind of automations you're planning to trigger with your new fingerprint reader. As always, your likes and subscribes keep me going. Thanks for watching.